Okay, Jack Gates family, Facebook family. I'm here again with I call him a trailblazer, Mr. Robert Trimmer. And Mr. Trimmer, today what we're gonna talk about, because so many people have came in and said they enjoy all this history that they never knew about, especially about Rosewood and Ruth. And then they didn't know nothing about TSU. And let us know a little bit about Texas Southern. And you said the brewery called Select Brewery.
Southern Select.
Southern Select.
Yeah, yeah. And if I remember correctly, the brewery was in Galveston.
Right.
Yeah.
And what year did they started on Texas Southern?
Well, it's 47. Was founded in 47. I don't know.
Okay, they started building it in 47.
Right.
Okay.
Well, they had those army barracks over there. They didn't have no fine buildings like they have Hannah Hall and all like the stuff they have now.
And before they
just had army barracks and stuff for the people, for dormitories.
For dormitories.
Yeah.
And then before they built Texas Southern, and then everybody went to Yates. It wasn't no college in Houston, right?
Well, they had a little old college they used to have over Jack Yates at night, but that was no Texas Southern.
Okay, now that's the Jack Yates over there on Elgin, right?
It's on Elgin and the Live Oak, bordered by Live Oak to the west and Delano to the east.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That
and the frontage was Elgin.
Right. Later it became Ryan. Now let me ask you this, Mr. Trimmer. Now when they at the same time, the CUNY home, was it that in?
CUNY home was founded in 39.
Oh, in 1939.
1939.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because all before 39, it was a wooded area over there. It had wagon trails in there, because those almost the horse and buggy days back there then.
Oh, right. It wasn't even a whole lot of automobiles riding on the streets.
You know, say no black people had no automobiles. Very few.
Very few people. Very few blacks had automobiles.
Rode the bus.
Oh, they rode the bus.
We also had streetcars back there then too. Before the bus got so. Later, the bus came later. We used to have electrical streetcars. Had a rail just like the
rail they got today.
It was just like the rail they had for the train. They had a rail that went down Holman and Dowling, on up to Congress.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
That was before they had the bus.
They called them streetcars.
They call them streetcars?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And that was before they came with the city bus?
Right, yeah.
Okay, they used to have the streetcars.
Right.
Yeah, I remember seeing those type streetcars back in the day, because I always seen San Francisco, and then they used to have these people jumping off the streetcar. Right.
And these streetcars back there then, they didn't have rubber tires like the bus had. Now they had metal rails just like the train do.
Yeah, just like the Metro rail system that we got now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, and then when they built the CUNY home, was it a government project the way it is now?
I think it was.
It was a government. Yeah.
I don't know who funded that thing. I don't know whether it's the city, but it's probably
the government, huh?
Probably the government.
Okay.
Because it was coming as a low rent housing
low
project.
Income. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they housed a lot of people over there. And I thought at that time, everybody that lived in the CUNY home was rich, because they had brick houses.
Oh, they had brick. CUNY home was the first one to come in Third Ward with bricks.
Yeah.
Before then, houses was made out of wood.
We had that, there wasn't hardly nobody living in brick houses. Not blacks anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what now, Mr. Trimmer, we talk here, and I just want to ask one thing, Mr. Trimmer. What year were you born in, Mr. Trimmer?
1925.
1925.
Yeah.
And what was I remember everybody in the Trimmer family, all their names start with an R.
That's correct.
And you name your first child Rosin after R.
Well, yes, Rosin, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't follow through with the R's like we had now. He was 8 of us, and all of our names started with R.
Which one? Can you name y'all 8 of y'all brothers?
Oh yeah. I'm number 2 of 8.
Okay. And your name was Robert.
Yeah, my sister was number 1.
What was her name?
Ruby.
Ruby, okay.
Then Robert.
Okay, that's you.
And then Reuben was a brother right behind me.
What was his name?
Reuben.
Reuben, okay.
Right behind Reuben was Roy.
Okay, Roy, okay.
Then behind Roy was my sister Ruthie.
Ruthie, okay.
Then behind Ruthie came, I think I think Raymond was next.
Okay, Raymond. Okay.
Yeah, Raymond then Rosalind. That's right, Raymond then Rosalind, and Roland was the last one of 8.
So in other words, Rosalind got her name from your sister.
That's right.
Y'all named after your sister.
So
Ain't that a miracle?
My sister, my sister Ruthie,
Uh-huh.
which is number 5 in the family.
Uh-huh.
Her name was Ruthie Lorraine,
Okay.
and my other sister's name was Rosalind Melville. So I took part of my Ruthie's name and gave it to raised Rosalind. My daughter Rosalind is Rosalind Lorraine.
Okay.
That's-
All these years I've been knowing Rosalind, I never knew her middle name.
Rosalind Lorraine.
Rosalind Lorraine.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Trimmer, now let's go down Carl Street. First of all, Will Jones' daddy. Will Jones wanted me to ask you. Okay, you know Mr. Jones. Everybody knew Mr. Jones down Carl Street.
Yeah.
Now, how long was Mr. Jones? Was he? Can you remember? Was he coming up with you, or was he already
Oh
grown?
no, Mr. Jones was much older than I.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought.
Yeah, he was-
Okay.
Mr. Jones, I remember one time I was talking to him and I asked him how old he was. He told me he was 77,
Wow.
and he said he was 77. Man, 7. I thought that's an old man, 77.
Golly.
But now that I'm 90, 77 look like
It's a drop in the bucket.
a schoolboy.
Wheeler.
It was a Leela. They cut that in there even after I was an adult. Because when I was a boy, it just was nothing there. It was houses all in there.
Mm-hmm.
See, they bought a house right in the right of way there, where Wheeler came through when they brought it from Tower West on up through to Scott.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's what made our lot a corner lot when they brought Wheeler through there.
Okay.
Yeah, then our lot become a corner.
But before they bought Wheeler through there, y'all lot wasn't a corner lot, was it?
No, mm-mm.
Okay.
There was a house there,
That was a house.
and
okay.
that's when
And that's on Wheeler and Towester.
Wheeler,
Wheeler and Carl.
Wheeler and Carl.
And Carl Street is between Towester and Sampson, in case people never didn't know where it's at.
Yeah, yes, that's where it was.
Now, when they bought that through with Wheeler, did they come through at the same time TSU came through, or was it a little later?
It was, let's see. I think it was a little late, I believe. See, because at that time when TSU came there, Till West was a red clay dirt country road.
Okay.
You could bog a dog down after it rained. But the Groover Grill came in there first.
When the Groover Grill came in, what, about 50?
No, they come in there.
Mr. Prince.
Forrest Prince and Forrest Jesse. Jesse Prince and Forrest Prince.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was that's her name, Jesse?
Jesse Prince.
Okay, and his name was Forrest Prince.
Forrest Prince.
That's Mr. Prince.
But they got a little. They found out about what was going to come through as a development and they come there and bought a lot. I bet they didn't pay but about $200 for that lot back there then.
Wow.
But they had a whale of a business there at the Groover Grill.
Yeah, and they came in somewhere around about 51. Had your liquor store opened up then?
No, I got started in 52.
Mr. Prince, them.
Yeah, they coming in around 47.
Wow, that's the
I think they
Groover
might
Grill.
have come in at 46. 'Cause I think they was just the TSU that got started. They come down there.
Okay.
They must have somebody must have told them about the development, what was coming, and they come down there and bought that lot and put the Groover Grill in there.
Right.
And then when they first came, they used to have a little patio thing in the back. Where I say they did to serve the food and drinks in the back. They didn't even have a building.
Mr. Prince them didn't even have the building there.
Well, I had a building, but it was small.
It was so small, but people had
But it was just having that patio in the back. That was just attractive for the people in the summertime. Because at that time, I don't think they had air conditioning.
Right, and
Yeah.
I heard that Mr. Prince was one of the first buildings in Third Ward to get our AC.
He might have been. I don't
Yeah,
know.
because that's what I've heard. Because the Groover Grill was an air-conditioned place.
Very much, yeah.
Right, and everybody didn't have no air conditioning.
They had a place at the Groover Grill in the summertime called the Philippine Room. And man, people from all over Houston would come to the Philippine Room in the summertime.
Wow.
Because they kept it was real cool in there. And the TSU girls would all come over there too to relax and be in that cold air.
Getting that air conditioning because the dormitory during them days and now let's stuff wouldn't have no AC.
And that was very attractive to Prince's business over there too. Yeah.
And then later on, like you was telling me in 1952, when you open up your liquor store.
That's when I got started in '52.
When you opened up your liquor store in 52.
Yes.
And now, did a lot of, I can imagine during the time when you was coming, when you opened your liquor store, and the age bracket to buying liquor was what, 21?
21.
Right, it wasn't 18 like it is now.
No.
No, it was like, now they done moved it back up to 21 again.
Have again? If they did, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they had lowered it down to 18.
Yeah,
But
I
then
remember
they started
had
having so many accidents, so they raised it back up to 21
Yeah.
now. The way it was when you opened up your liquor store.
Yeah.
And the only difference now compared to your liquor store and me being a kid coming in there, nowadays kids cannot go inside of a liquor store. You got to be 21 just to go in the
Wasn't
building.
supposed to back then, but they just didn't enforce the law unless,
Oh, they did have that.
The
They
law
just didn't
was there.
enforce it.
It wasn't supposed to sell them cigarettes either.
Yeah. Oh.
You wasn't supposed to sell children under 18 cigarettes back then, but nobody really bothered you about
Bothered about it because a lot of time people would come now. I done seen the time that I done came to your liquor store and bought a pack of cigarettes for my mother.
it. Okay.
And when I came through the door, you say, yeah, I know Lena sent you down there. I know what kind of cigarettes she want.
That's right.
Then you would give them. I think Mama was smoking Viceroy. You give me some Viceroy.
That's right. That Viceroy back there.
Yeah, and then
My daddy bought 2 lots down in 1922.
Wow.
3 years before I got here.
Wow, man, he was prepared to get a family.
Yeah.
Him and your mother, we was prepared to raise a family.
Yeah.
And they did raise a good family, man, because you can't nobody in Third Ward can say anything bad about the criminal.
He may make up something.
Well, people gonna do that. People do that with celebrities. So they'll do it with people like me and you.
Yeah.
But as a respectable family, everybody knew the Trimmers, and they always, when they say Trimmers, just to me coming up, they always say the Trimmer boys.
Yeah.
So y'all must have some pretty close brothers, Mr. Trimmer.
We were. I didn't see my dad. See, back during those years in the early 30s, most of the people around Houston, Third Ward area, they all cooked and heated with wood. And my daddy sold wood. He had a big wood yard. And that was, back then, selling wood was a big business.
Wow.
Because people were heating and cooking with wood.
Right, because then they had no electric stove or none of that stuff.
No. And they too, we filled it for electricity. Because I think I was 19 years old.
Woolworth on Elgin and Main.
Yeah.
And then they used to have another one that was called One's a Meal. And it was a restaurant that you couldn't eat at.
One's a Meal was a hamburger place. They had a hamburger they called One's a Meal.
Right.
Yeah.
But now you couldn't sit down there and eat your hamburger there.
You get it to go. They got a service window. You come to that window and get it to go.
Right.
Yeah. They had one on Alameda right there around Bend in Alameda.
Oh, yeah, sure did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, let me ask you this, too, because, see, now we talking about how far us as a black race have came. Now, we talked about policemen when they was getting put in jail by white people, by white civilians.
They better not mess that white man.
I mean, that just let you know how far. Now we got a black police chief. Now we got a black mayor. And now we got a black president. So we have came a long ways, Mr. Trimmer, in my 68 years. I would say in 60 years, we have came a long way.
Much better, much.
Because I look back at 60 years ago, I was 8 years old in 1956. And I look back at the segregation part of not only eating at restaurants, but also you couldn't eat at the restaurant. Then you had to sit at the back of the bus.
That's right.
And then all the city buses didn't run in certain areas. Then like out at Sunnyside, city bus didn't run in Sunnyside. That was a Pioneer bus. It was a bus company called the Pioneer.
I remember Pioneer. It was in Acreage Home. And Sunnyside, I think. I don't remember too well about Sunnyside, but I know about Acreage Home.
Well, it had, this is how the pioneers